Okay, this is the end of module assessment for Engage New York Module 4. The content covered is addition and subtraction within 200 with word problems to 100. And I'm going to go ahead and model solutions for problem 2. Find the solution and model how you found your answer. So for 87 plus 56, I think I'm going to go ahead and do what we've been working on very recently, and that is a vertical equation with a chip model. I'm going to get my chip model ready, labeling my ones, my tens, and my hundreds place, and then putting chips on that model to match each of the add-ins. So 87, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. And you'll notice that I did those very intentionally, like I am filling in a 10 frame. When I got to 5 full, I started a new row, and that helps me easily count my tens later. Now I need to put 56 onto my chip model. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Now that my chip model is ready, I can come back over to my vertical equation, and I always start my equation in the ones place. In the ones place, I see that my equation is 7 plus 6. It's also here on my chip model. I know if I have 7, I need 3 more to make a 10, and I'm going to take that 3 from this 6 here. 7 plus 3 equals 10, and I can now very easily see that 7 plus 6 equals 13. That 3 is going to stay in the ones place, but that 10 is bundled up and moved over to the tens place. I come to my vertical equation, and I can record that 7 plus 6 is 13. That's 3 ones and 1 10. We've also talked that sometimes we might record that 10 on the bottom of the tens column, and both ways are correct. Now I can work in my tens place. I know that 8 plus 2 is 10, and 80 plus 20 gives me 100. And I can see that there are 3, 4 left. So 80 plus 50 plus 10 is the same as 140. 140. That's 4 tens that are staying, and 100 that gets bundled and moved to the hundreds place. 4 tens are staying, and 100 gets bundled to go to the hundreds place. 100 plus no hundreds is 100. So 87 plus 56 equals 143. Next problem. 38 plus 68 plus 71 plus 12. What model do I choose here? I think for this problem, I am going to use a mental tape diagram. Actually, I'm not going to do a mental tape diagram just in case some people are watching this and are like, okay, well, what's a tape diagram? So I'm going to actually do the model for the tape diagram. First, I'm going to add 38 plus 68. And then I'll add 71 plus 12. And then I'll put all of those together. So let's start with the first 2 add-ins, 38 plus 68. And I think what I want to do is make this 38 a 40. And in order to do that, I'm going to take 2 away from 68. So that's going to be 66. So now the first 2 add-ins are going to be equal to 40 plus 66. And in a problem a few minutes ago, we solved something with 40 plus 65, and we knew that 4 plus 6 is 10, so 40 plus 60 is 100. 40 plus 66 is 106. Now let's look at the next two add-ins. 71 plus 12. In the first two add-ins, actually, the reason I changed that 38 to a 40 is because it's so much easier to add with a 0 in the ones place. So I'm going to do that same thing over with the next two add-ins, and I'm going to take a 1 away from 71, and I'm going to give it to the 12. So now it's like I have 70 plus 13. And it's easy to add 70 plus 13 because one of the add-ins has a 0 in it. I know 0 plus 3 is 3, and 70 plus 10 is 80. Now my initial equation had all four add-ins, so I need to take those two sums and add them together. 106 plus 83, and I'd like to do that in a vertical equation. And this time I'm going to do that vertical equation with no chip model. 6 plus 3 equals 9. 0 tens plus 8 tens is 8 tens. And 100 plus no hundreds is 100. So 38 plus 68 plus 71 plus 12 equals 189.